Get out of here. Go here. Should we transfer? Let's see what's gonna happen other than Ashensari's nerf. Ashensari's nerf is relevant since we are going to be playing, or we currently have an Ashensari character. So yeah. Yep, remove Ashensari's astral vision. Oh no, that already happened, right? Pretty sure that already happened. Perhaps only some of it happened. Let's say no. Okay, I can still see through walls. So this is gonna be the final character that you will see in the stream with Ashensari's astral vision. Not that it matters too much anyway. So yeah, Bolt 1. Bolt 1. Last time we saw this character, we were in a pretty good spot. We can go back to having poisonous vapors on the quiver. It's a lot of lindworms. It's fine because I have 3 pips of fire resistance. They're not scary. It's good to not have to be afraid of some monsters. Yeah, coming back to a character like this one is truly a delight. Also, I got a great curse, elements, and introspection. I wanted elements. Now I can cast Crystal Spear, so the character's nature has already changed dramatically because of me getting that curse. Let's go ahead and train for this thing, you know. Oh, I don't even have it here. I gotta go buy it. Yep, let's go buy this thing real quick. Book of Dangerous Friends. So my dangerous friend of the day is going to be Servitor. I would also like to have Orb of Destruction since I can already cast that. But I'll get Servitor first. And I'll get like 15 summonings. We can already cast. No, we cannot really cast Crystal Spear, but yeah, important to get Servitor. Once I get that, it will be a very significant game changer for me. Perhaps let's do some Inner Flame funny things. Oh no, I did succeed. Okay. Great. Oh, the Convoker is convoking. Hold on. Let me get rid of it before it convokes. Because we don't want to be in the receiving end of any ridiculous fights. The character, I feel, is very strong now. Yeah, the only thing that it is truly missing is resistance to electricity. That's like the one thing. Perhaps I'll replace my Swamp skills with something else since I already have a source of resistance to poison that is not the Swamp skills. I could see myself replacing it or replacing them with perhaps a Robo Folly, because I did get the Robo Folly. I don't know if you remember. Yesterday I got the Robo Folly, and it was pretty cool. Wait, that's wrong. Oh, did I set 5 instead of 15 by accident? Okay, yeah, that was funny little accident. I wanted 15 and I selected 5 by accident. Gonna open the door, see a Thunderhawk. Thunderhawks are kind of spooky. Gonna close the doors, have it be closer to me. So I found it interesting that Shaper considers the Ashensari Scrying, the seeing through walls, as a very powerful ability. I never really thought too much of it because, well, you get to see what monsters you're gonna be fighting against. Anyway, I guess. Because like you get these little warning signs. So if you see a red one, it's probably something that you shouldn't fight. If you see a yellow one, it's probably something that you shouldn't fight in big numbers. And if it's not red or yellow, you can probably just deal with it like it's nothing. Okay, we want the Fogu. Do we want the Fogu? We want the Fogu. It's kind of pricey, but yeah, better to have too many than too little. I find it funny how these guys can see me because it's glass. It's not Shensari's crying. Yeah, I was wondering how they were aware of me, but that does make a lot of sense. Okay, Servitor is at 38%. We're getting there. Pretty close to being able to cast that. I don't know if I want to deal with that. Knowing that, like knowing what I know, perhaps it's for the best to not deal with that. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna set excludes in both sides so I don't go over there. I feel like I would be stuck in a nasty fight if I was to fight all of that at the same time. It's not that I cannot kill them, like I've already done so in the past. Um, it's just that I would prefer to fight them in a 1 versus 1. Ooh, that's a bit too much. Oof, 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 oof. I do have resistance to negative, but I don't want to have a Shadow Dragon. Stun Giant is fine. The thing is that it's constantly shifting into nastier and nastier things. Um, yeah, stay as a Death Yak, please, while I wait out my silence. When I saw the Sphinx, I was like, yeah, we can deal with the Sphinx. It's not that much of an issue. But then it turned into something else, and then I realized that perhaps it was for the best that I didn't fight that. I forgot to switch the tiles. Sorry for that. Wow, I didn't load. Okay. Is it not gonna load because I haven't transferred? Well, it's transferred then. It's not like I mind too much losing the seeing through walls ability of Ashensari. Yeah, it's gone now. Eleonoma. Oh, Eleonoma can be poisoned. Yeah, okay, easier. Easier to just get rid of it like that. And it's still not loading. I wonder why that is. Yeah, and recent times it's been very annoying to make it load. But at least it's a bit more obvious now that it's just straight up not gonna load. Before it used to be stuck in the loading screen. I don't know if I would call it an improvement, but yeah, in fact I would not call it an improvement straight up since it still doesn't load. And I want it to load after all. This character has a little bit of room for upgrade. Like, there's still some upgrades that I can and will receive, but nothing as impactful as this ring that I got from Elf. Yes, this ring was such a big deal, such a huge game changer of a ring. It will stay with me for the entirety of the game, or for the rest of the game, I suppose. Alrighty, not bad, not bad. You know, normally I would be mildly afraid of Yoctors, but with 270 HP, that's not as much of an issue as you would think. Earlier today, I was on Reddit, and I mentioned how like I personally consider melee characters to not be good. People disagree somewhat with me on that. Okay, that actually dealt a lot of damage. Imagine being in a fight and taking this amount of damage. Would be so scary for pretty much any other character. But not for an Ogre. No, not for an Ogre. That is, of course, if you can finish the fight before it truly gets nasty. Okay, Servitor is at 22%. I will put Servitor here. No, I don't. I cannot put it there. I'll put it on capital S for Servitor. That makes sense. So statue form is something that I've been somewhat considering. I don't need the body armor, and that's the only thing that I lose. And I gain resistance to electricity. So if I cast statue form alongside a bunch of HP and armor class. Yeah, it's actually like the more I think about it, the more it makes sense. Do I have it? I don't see it here. I must have it in the shop. Would be strange if I didn't have it. It would be very, very strange indeed. Okay, the guys that were in here already walked out. The loot is very lackluster. I did take a lot of damage in one of those fights, but it is nothing that I cannot manage in this place. Yep. which is a pretty good thing to see. We should not have many issues winning with this character. Also, I'm a bit surprised at how well the Trident has been faring. Like, it is a very, very early game weapon. This Trident, it's a protection branded Trident. I'm using it since D6, and it's still kind of holding up. I did get a Ring of Slaying for it, which is kind of like enchanting it to +8, but yeah, even with that, it's still kind of incredible that it's been performing so well. So something funny about Centaur Warriors is that they don't shoot at you with their bows whenever you're next to them. They don't have the Master Archer tag, which is what makes monsters do that. Other monsters like Merfolk Javelineers do, but Centaur Warriors most definitely do not. So I started a bit earlier today because I was playing Fire Emblem. Been enjoying a little bit of Fire Emblem between yesterday and today. Played a lot after the stream. I enjoyed that game. I played it when I was younger, like Fire Emblem 7. So I'm replaying Fire Emblem 7. Then I think I'll play Fire Emblem 6, like playing them in chronological order. Then maybe Fire Emblem 8, though 8 is unrelated. And then I don't know. Emulation technology has advanced in these last couple of years, so perhaps I'll try some other Fire Emblems. Anyway, we are going to be getting intelligence, of course. We are getting intelligence because intelligence. Look at that. That's a pretty decent dagger. The +8 strength is not the greatest thing for an ogre. However, many other characters would benefit from that a lot more than my character does. Perhaps don't be White Ugly Thing, because White Ugly Things hit very, very hard. Yeah, a funny thing, funny interaction with sorry, very funny interaction with Ugly Things and Irradiate is that they change color 100% of the time whenever you hit them with Irradiate, so they don't get malmutated like other monsters do. They change color. Well, that's a lot of dudes. It would be nice if I had a way to deal with them, like to do a large amount of area of effect damage. I don't have that yet, but I do have my Servitor now, and my Servitor is casting Crystal Spear at 3 dice of 32. Not the worst thing ever. Soon I'll be able to cast Crystal Spear myself. I want to get the Servitor at around 10% chance to miscast, so I can then focus on getting Crystal Spear myself. And I'll put it on the quiver, and it will be a lot of fun. When that happens, I think that I will also be able to get rid of the Trident. I will lose the Beguiling Curse, which is unfortunately enhancing my my Conjurations skill. Not a big fan of that, but you have to make some sacrifices. And also, I'll also be replacing it with this Staff of Conjuration, which is a pretty exciting thing to have. I wish I had Toxic Radiance, but I have LRD. LRD also works rather well at dealing with these guys. There we go. Hello, Wormbird. Thank you for stopping by. Good to see you around. I am playing more of the character that I had yesterday, of course. We will be finishing this character tonight one way or another, and I'll be playing a Tengu, or not a Tengu. No, who plays Tengus? Not me. I'll be playing a Jin. Now that's a species that I can play. Let's get out of here since I already got marked. I have Swiftness. Let's cast Swiftness. It is for the best to leave the level if you get marked. Also, don't go down these stairs because All the monsters will be there waiting for me. Yes, Jin Reaver is what I'm gonna be playing next. I think that that such a thing will be funny. Like, if you think about it, one of the greatest weaknesses of the Jin, or the Reaver, sorry, is the fact that they cannot spam their spells. All their spells are designed in such a way that you're not able to spam them for one reason or another. So being a Jin automatically counters that downside of starting a Reaver and just leaves you with a really strong background. So yeah, I think that it will work very well. Mm. How do you like Reaver so far? You tried it once with the Volcanic Shock. Oh, but like the Volcanic Shock, that was reworked into being called Momentum Strike, and it's not 3 schools anymore. It's only 2. As you can see, it is pretty much the same thing, except that it's just like cheaper to cast now, and I think more accurate too. Yeah. But other than that, like it's still the same thing. It still stops me from moving for a while whenever you cast it. I like it, but I wish it was a bit more accurate. And also, I am not a big fan of it preventing you from moving, whether you successfully hit something with it or not. Um, being forced to pay the price when the price is so hefty to only to maybe or maybe not get a benefit is a pretty lame thing. No, never been a fan of that kind of thing in crawl. Um, okay, not bad, not bad. The time is quickly approaching to get rid of my Ring of Slaying, and by extension my Trident as well. I'm a bit nervous about doing such a thing. Perhaps I'll do it when I have like 21 or 21 plus Earth Magic and Conjurations, so I can walk around without really having to rely on my Ashensari curses. Mm, okay, that's not the greatest thing ever. Perhaps should get rid of this Bogart before it spirals out of control. Did I not kill it? No, it went away. Yeah, when it comes to myself on Reaver, I have been enjoying it. I do like it quite a bit. One of the things that I like the most about Reaver is the fact that I can actually play the game and like not have to run away from everything. It's a very, very strong background with very, very strong tools that are kind of dangerous to use, of course, but they're still strong regardless. So you can use them to kill something that you're forced to fight against. For example, very close to use Sigmund instead of just like hoping to be able to successfully run for your life. Um, so yeah, I like that quite a bit regarding this background. Love that. I found a D4 Ogre with this character, and I was actually able to kill it between my usage of Keys of Death and the other one. I have 0 training in Necromancy. I have 0 training in Necromancy. So I didn't really use that much Kiss of Death because, well, you kind of don't want to use it that much. For obvious reasons, it drains you way too much. I did use it a bit, however. I used it when I had to use it as a kind of way to make sure that whatever I wanted to kill was going to die. Hello Railbird, thank you for stopping by. I am playing an Ogre Reaver, which is great because the abbreviation for Ogre Reaver is a straight up Ogre. O-G-R-E. It's amazing. Okay, it's a lot of monsters and not a lot of mana, so I guess we're reading Teleport again. It's a bit of a shame, but we've been getting marked what feels like left and right here. Oh, look at that. Robe of Clouds. Okay, that's pretty good. That's my resistance to electricity right there. I only have to not die here, but I should not really have that many issues dying or like not dying here. I mean, there we go. As easy as that. Um, Yeah, Railbird. There's this new background called the Reaver, which starts you as a hybrid between Conjurer and a melee character, with some very funny new early game spells that are really strong but have very significant downsides, so that you cannot spam them. The downsides are not what I wanted them to be. I personally wanted the spells to cost maximum HP, but to be like significantly more powerful than they are right now, because right now they don't cost max HP, but they also don't do anything that would warrant costing maximum HP. So what I'm trying to say is like I would like them to be even more extreme than they are right now in terms of risk reward, I suppose. Mm, like revivification. I always mention it, but like revivification and such a school of spells will also have access to haste and control blink and deflect missiles and like all the spells that were removed from the game under the excuse that spamming the spells was optimal. Like now that the spells cannot be spammed, theoretically they could come back to the game and it would increase player power level without just like breaking the players or breaking spellcasters as much as it was as much as they were back in the day when haste spell and control blink were things that existed. Um, all right. Normally, I wouldn't be so much of a fan of a Convoker convoking, but in this occasion, it nerfs the bolt that I accidentally landed when I teleported. And I do want to go in there because someone has an item that I want, the Robe of Clouds. So yeah, whatever weakens that bolt is something that I will be happy with. So yeah, the time is very, very quickly approaching to how? Okay, yeah, I can turn off summonings now for a bit. Conjurations and Earth Magic. We're gonna be getting these two to 20. And after that, I will be destroying my Trident and my Ring of Slaying, and I will be replacing them with other things. I also want to get rid of my body armor. I think that there is a very real possibility of me just staying with the body armor that I'm about to get for the rest of the game, like the Robe of Clouds. Oh, come on. That's mean. Okay, that's convenient. I wanted to run over here to jump into this teleport trap because Convoker once again convoked some stuff that we cannot really kill. This character would be significantly more powerful with Toxic Radiance, but I didn't really get it. Yeah, this character doesn't have good area of effect damage. The best that it has is, I suppose, Ignite Poison. I also have Silence. I've been forgetting about the fact that I have Silence when it is a pretty strong spell. Huh. Crystal Spear hits the Convoker. Oh yeah, that's fine. For a second, I thought that it was the other way around, like the Servitor getting hit by a Crystal Spear. Okay. So the Golden Dragon should die to this guy. Ooh, look at that. I shot a Crystal Spear myself and got rid of that guy. Pretty cool. Got Storm Scales. I don't think I'm going to be using Storm Scales. Unfortunately, they're a bit too heavy and I'm trying to cast level 8 spells and stuff. But it would be nice if I could. I'm already not standing on miasma. That's sweet. It's a good thing that I'm still a mildly competent melee character for these situations where I run out of mana. I can tab until I have 7 mana, and then I would obviously use Servitor. Servitor is definitely the best spell for when you have 7 mana. because the servitor will be casting a level 8 spell that costs 8 mana to cast on your own. I assume, well, I guess that your Crystal Spear is better than the servitor's Crystal Spear, but still. Hmm. Slowly and steadily, we're making our way through this level. It's kind of inconvenience to be stuck in fights like these because I don't have a lot of area of effect damage. And look at that, every turn I just take a ton of damage. It is understandable. Also, it doesn't help a lot that I am fighting a Death Knight. Okay, I shouldn't have done it, but I'll have to use a blinking. It's the kind of thing that I can afford to do since I just have a ton of them. Cast Swiftness. Okay, where's the exit? Just out of curiosity. I'm running towards it. Am I going to be intersected by some monsters? If I don't get rid of this guy, that's what will happen. Ouch. Okay. Dying here would be embarrassing. Oof. A spray of metal splinters misses you. You block the bolt. That guy is just getting shots on me, the Octor Captain, every time. Okay, I can make it to the stairs. Fortunately, Swiftness is a great spell. I'm slow and things are gonna start catching up to me, but I think it's fine. Well, I am forced to fight here, unfortunately. It was not so fine after all. Scroll of Poison? That should be okay. Jeez, Yactor Captains are so good at hitting me. Okay, I'm as fast as the Yoctor Captain and it's at the edge of the screen, so it's not gonna hurt me. Not to mention that it's stepped on every possible cloud of poison, so it's just gonna die from the poison soon. Alrighty, that went very well. And I did end up killing the Yoctor Captain. It's just that fights that entail a bit too many monsters are a bit complicated to deal with. We're not yet at the power level that would allow me to handle such fights with ease, unfortunately. In fact, I would consider this character to be very, very weak in some ways. Like, it's definitely being compensated for by its excellent HP and resistances and also versatility, because it just has every spell pretty much, apart from spells that would hit a large area of effect, I suppose. So on the vast majority of situations it's fine, but whenever I have to fight a Convoker and the Convoker just convokes things, then I have some issues. Okay, I think that I'll break the Swamp Scales. Yeah, that lost me quite a bit of armor class. Yep, I still lost quite a bit of armor class, but I will be sticking around with the Robe of Clouds because it gives me the much needed resistance to electricity. I also have immunity to clouds now, which is great. And I think I also have Thunder Clouds. Like, can I? What? How does it work? Because you used to be able to evoke it for the Thunder Clouds. It occasionally creates storm clouds above nearby enemies. Oh, that's fine. Better than nothing. Hold on. I have LRD. Better use that versus this Shadow Wraith. Okay. Alrighty. This bolt did have a lot of pretty nasty monsters. It was a good thing that I didn't have to fight them all at the same time, I suppose. Finisher. And this is still an old scythe, so not the kind that is just a reflavored halberd. So don't be too excited when I fight it. Regardless of that, it's still a pretty good item. Not gonna use it, however, nor gonna carry it in my inventory. I just don't have the space for it. I'm gonna wait for Ashensari to let me curse the Robe of Clouds, and then I will break the ring. And then no, perhaps I'll break the Trident first and replace it um, with the Staff of Conjurations. And then I'll break the ring. Or I don't know. What's the better order to do this on? Oh, Alchemy and Beguiling. Beguiling is something decidable, so I'll get it. Alrighty. I can now break the thing. Shatter the chains. Break the ring. Melee and self. That's fine. So goodbye, Ring of Slaying. For a while, won't really be able to melee. Hello, Ring of Intelligence. As you can see, Crystal Spears at 14% chance to be miscast, which is a very, very good thing. Because I found this manual fighting, I don't really want to ever get any more self curses. I will be getting to 27 fighting on my own thanks to the manual. Yeah, self curses are rather low value to me now. They still enhance my spellcasting, of course, but yeah, I'm not that interested in that. Not even on characters that are like heavy spellcasters do I care that much about the spellcasting part of introspection curses. It's more the HP part, of course. Alrighty, I feel kinda strong now. Like the character got better by me doing that. Irradiate is pretty nerf. As you can see, the damage is quite low, only 3 dice of 24. But I also don't have that much spell power on it, so it's kind of reasonable that it is performing like that. I like how my intelligence is going up. I've been leveling up intelligence pretty much every time that I have a level up. Perhaps there was one where I leveled up strength instead, but I'm not 100% sure. And if I did, it was kind of a mistake because, as we can see, there was no demon trident in my future. There was also no shoals, so it was not really something to go for, unfortunately. Melee combat and range combat, I'll pass on that. That's not the kind of curse that I'm looking for. Won't really be using melee combat or range combat in the future. I think this might be an entrance to Crypt. So yeah, you've already noticed, I'm pretty sure, but there's no more Ashensari's Crying. Ashensari's Crying was buggy and janky and didn't really apport that much to me personally. So I don't mind seeing it gone. I would be aggravated if these little indicators also went away alongside the scrying, because the indicators are very useful actually. They let you know that there's a monster there, and like it's potentially a very bad thing to go towards. Especially if like the indicator is red. You don't need to know exactly the kind of monster that it is if it's a red monster. There's differences between like dangerous monsters. Like there's some dangerous monsters that would be kind of trivial to deal with. For example, like this Thunderhawk and I don't know, a Shadow Dragon maybe. Is a Shadow Dragon a yellow monster or a red monster for this character? No idea. Gonna wait for them to surround me, and then I'll go for the Irradiates. Maximum value on my Irradiates. Wow, that dealt quite a bit of damage to me, but it's fine. My Crystal Spear is already at 12%. Not quite in the realm of tabbing, but very close. What happens if I curse this Ring of Intelligence? It goes down to 8%. I'll do it. I'll put it on the quiver. Let's see how quickly I come to regret doing that. Where is it? Okay, there it is. Now I want to shatter the chains and get rid of the trident. It's fine. 14% chance to miscast Crystal Spear. It's okay. Alrighty, now I have the Staff of Conjuration. And my Crystal Spear now deals 10 dice of 13. Irradiate deals 3 dice of 28, not bad. I should not forget about my ability to silence. I guess right now, because I destroyed my weapon, silencing won't really be that good. But it was great to have that while it lasted. Pretty good plate. I would be happy to use that on quite a bit of characters. Obviously not this one, since I cannot even put it on. It's selling exactly 1 stone for 1 gold. Sure game. The item generation in some of these shops is extremely questionable, in my opinion, when that kind of thing happens, for example. Okay, bring it on, Tentacled Monstrosity. We can deal with you without a lot of complications, and by we I mean the Servitor, pretty much on its own. That's a lot of monsters in there. You can see that there's a million monsters on the inside of this vault. Looks like a trap, like an ambush vault. Pretty funny. Kind of scary, but being a worshipper of Ashensari, the surprise was spoiled for me. Fortunately, because this is not a very pleasant surprise, I have to say. Servitor, okay. Okay, that kills a warlord. Running low on mana. Perhaps the correct thing to do is to run for my life. I don't think that I am powerful enough to have a Crystal Spear in the quiver just yet. But it's definitely a win condition to have Crystal Spear in the quiver. And by the way, it's not looking like we're gonna be going for the Robo Folly. In order to be able to use a Robo Folly, you need specifically Firestorm, I think. Wouldn't really be interested in using Robo Folly without without Firestorm specifically. You may be thinking that any level 9 spell would get the job done, but it's not really the case in my opinion. The reason for that is that Firestorm is just like deals a ton of damage and is very easily quiverable. You can hit monsters outside of your line of sight with it. Not every time, unless you're a worshipper of Behemoth, but you can hit monsters outside of your line of sight, which is a pretty good way to prevent yourself from, getting banished or paralyzed. It also creates a bunch of monsters in the way of the Hexers. So Firestorm really is like the way to go if you want to use a Roll of Folly. Alright, we're done with Volts. What do I have? Do I have Bogu? I have Zombie Hands, but no Bogu. That's a bit of a shame. I would have liked to have gotten Noxious Bogu. Oh, I do have it. Can I cast that? I'm pretty sure I can, because Ashensari Worshipper. I perhaps would have to train a little bit of Poison Magic to be able to properly cast it. What about Shatter and Chain Lightning? Those are also pretty good to spam, but they lack the very important part of putting monsters in the way of Hexers. Because even if you have 100% spell power with the Roll Folly, it doesn't max your spell power, but it does give you a ton of intelligence and permanent brilliance, so that will further enhance your spell power, right? There's a good chance that you don't one-shot glitches and stuff in the end game, and they will still be able to destroy you. If they get a good, well, it's not even a good enough roll. If they decide to try to hex you, they're gonna hex you if you have 0 willpower. So yeah, Firestorm really seems to me like the way to go. You get those too, but Firestorm is the most important. And then there's gonna be some situations where you're gonna have to or want to use them, not necessarily have to use them. And then you can do that as well. But Firestorm is the one that's actually a necessity. pretty much what I'm trying to say. Okay, so we have done Elf, we have done Bolts 4. I don't want to do Slime with no resistance to corrosion, seems kind of spooky. I wonder if Bolts 5 will be the way to go with this character. Perhaps I should Amnesia Kiss of Death so I don't accidentally cast it. Ha! Freeing one spell for a total of -2. That's a funny message. You want to know why I got that? Because I had spell levels from training of spellcasting that went away because I got rid of one of my self curses. Funny little interaction there. Okay, what do we do now? Oh, we're done with bolts. Let's say I got shafted. Did I get shafted? There's, I guess, this. I could go and take a look at it. Halberd of the Fool, Ring of Cold Resistance and Resistance to Corrosion. Very appealing ring, I have to say. It gives me second pip of Cold Resistance and Resistance to Corrosion. Is it better than 6 Intelligence, however? I kind of need the 6 Intelligence to be able to cast my spells with some semblance of damage. So yeah, I think that I am going to pass on the ring. And by extension pass on this bolt as well, but it's a pretty good ring if I just had more gear that gave me intelligence. Unfortunately, it is not the case. Depths? I guess I can do depths. Like, I have Crystal Spear and Servitor. I can definitely do depths. Welcome to the depths. Shouldn't be difficult at all. Should not be difficult at all. I'm starting to think that having Crystal Spear on the quiver is not really working. You want to know why I say that? There's many situations where, like, for example, right now I would like to use a quiver. So I'm gonna take off that from the quiver and actually put back Poisonous Vapors and go for the classic Poisonous Vapors, Ignite Poison. In addition to that, I will also train more Poison Magic. That's about to be trained to 20, which is the point at which I want to have it. Or perhaps I should move these here. Yep. So now it's just a little bit until I get 20 Earth Magic. And after that, I'll train Poison Magic for perhaps Noxious Bog. It would be a very good spell for the purposes of depths, since as you can see, there's many dudes here that come in bands. Like the Deep Troll bands are a very good example of that. And then there's more, and very few of them fly. For the flyers, I guess we have Crystal Spear, Servitor. Caustic Strikes are uniquely dangerous to this character since they're pretty strong at surviving the things that I do, and they deal a lot of damage in return. Yep. So that's the kind of thing that I want to see the least. Wish I had a little bit of mana. My lack of mana prevents me from continuing to fight here. You know what? Perhaps I'll save my mana in case the Servitor, or when the Servitor dies, so I can recast it. Servitor is so good. Also, the Row of Clouds has been doing quite well at placing things, or like placing clouds on top of the enemies that I'm fighting against. Yeah, it's done so quite consistently. Well, took me a couple of Crystal Spears. First a miscast, then a miss, and then I finally hit the vampire. Alrighty. Yeah, I haven't taken off the amulet of regen because it does have a lot of value, in my opinion. Neck hole shop. Let's take a look at it. Scarf of resistance. I have Cloak of Willpower, and yeah, Cloak of Willpower beats a Scarf of Resistance, especially keeping in mind that it reduces my armor class even more, which is unfortunately a byproduct of what I have to do. Companion's Curse is not terrible. Hmm. Companion Curse is not terrible, and Melee Curse is not great. Hmm. I'll wait for a better one. Though at this point, there's not that much game left to explore, so I better make a decision. It would be a miracle if I got 2 or 3 more curses from Ashensari with how little of the game I have left to explore. Mm, that is not taking things like slime into account, because I don't really plan to go into slime. But like taking salt into account, depths and salt pretty much. Mm. Longsword of Dullness. That's a funny name for a +7 longsword. That's a pretty good thing for the early game, I would say. But unfortunately, it's not the early game anymore. This Tengu warrior has poison resistance and a shield. Better irradiate it. Roll Folly is like the single bit of armor you feel like you really miss out on playing OP. Um, oh yeah, like I feel OP is pretty good at being that kind of glass cannony. Like so many ring slots means that you get to play around with some really high spell power. It's pretty nice. Bit of a shame that they cannot take advantage of the Robo Folly. Okay. I'm glad that we were able to get rid of the Spriggan Berserker, because I was getting kind of worried about it. Okay, I'm pretty much out of mana now. Okay, now I'm for real out of mana. I am thinking about getting rid of my Amulet of Regen for an Amulet of Mana Regen. I would prefer not to do that, though the curses that it provides me with are not that important. But it's an Amulet of Regen after all. I would prefer not to lose that. Oh, I thought that I had read you bite the Ice Dragon, but no, it was you blast the Ice Dragon, because I am using Staff of Conjurations and it does that. Anyway, the poison resistance from that shield is irrelevant. Fortunately, it is irrelevant for my character. I already have it, and my kite shield is a kite shield of cold resistance. It is actually my only cold resistance in the entirety of the game. Kind of hard to pass on it. Do I have 2 sources of willpower, or do I only have one? I think I only have one, but it's my 4 willpower per level up what's been making me so resistant. Let's take a look at this real quick. Monster, Dreadlich. It says 10% chance to paralyze. The more I level up, the least that will be a concern, which is how I want it to be every time. Yeah, that's a nice little benefit of playing Ogre, the 4 willpower per level up thing. Are Chaos Spawn poison resistant? They are not. That's nice, because I can do that. And that should greatly weaken these guys. This would be a great time to have Arc Jolt, but I never got it with this character. No Arc Jolt. Let me train this to 12. And after that we'll be training spellcasting. I don't have to do much here. Just wait for them to die to the fire. Alrighty, not an issue at all. Done exploring. That was it for depths 1. Very nice foray into depths. I'm taking a lot of damage, but it is perfectly manageable because I am an ogre after all. Mm, Being an ogre is so nice. I've been not having the greatest of times with my ogres in this last couple of days, but when they get going, they definitely get going. Wow, this guy's really not dying. I think it's not dying because the row of clouds is protecting them from the clouds of fire because it passively places thunderclouds on people. Man, I hate row of clouds, or like I hate that part of the row of clouds. I thought that it would be nice, but like thunderclouds on things that I would prefer not to be affected by thunderclouds is pretty lame. Elements and Beguiling is a curse to put on a Staff of Conjuration, indeed. Now, is there anything else that I want to break? I have this great amulet of light. Let me tell you that if I didn't need or if I needed the resistance to electricity, I would just destroy my regen amulet for this in the blink of an eye because it's a pretty good item. I just wish the dexterity and the intelligence were swapped, or even better, if that it had 80 intelligence instead of only 2 intelligence and no dexterity. Mm, but it's all right. Oh, look at that! Crystal Spears at 4% because of this curse that I just got. That's very convenient. Look at that 10 dice of 13. I think that the time has come to put it on the quiver. I still need to be rather careful to not fight multiple monsters at the same time. But yeah, 4% chance to miscast Crystal Spear will definitely be pretty good at killing everything. I really should just put on an Amulet of Mana Regen if I'm gonna have Crystal Spear on the quiver. Otherwise, my mana is gonna drop down really quickly. Mm, or there's gonna be a lot of resting involved in my character's future, and I'm not so into that. Mm. I wonder if the Soft Cloak has already been nerfed. Hmm. I don't see any noticeable changes. Like I have a bit below 10,000 Soft Cloak right now, so I don't think it's gotten nerfed. It gives 6,000 Soft Cloak every time you enter a level. Yep. Alright, I think I give up. Let's go find Shatter the Chains on the amulet. It's only an amulet of regen. Okay, now without it, we regen half an HP per turn. It's gonna take a while to regen all of my HP, but then again, I don't really lose all of my HP every fight. Being a spellcaster, that really shouldn't be a thing that happens very frequently. Magic regen. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Tell me that I have magic regen. Oh, that could be an issue. I just broke an amulet of regen because I was under the impression that I had magic regen. Oh well, I guess I'll be using this for a little bit. The amulet of faith. Definitely wanna have some magic regen. I was sure that I had it. I wonder if I had it in a shop in a bazaar or something and I just didn't buy it. But yeah, I am very surprised. But obviously I want to have normal regen, or like mana regen. It is a very important thing for my character to have, since I'm gonna be spamming crystal spears. And I like spamming crystal spears. It's a pretty funny thing to do. Where exactly did I drop the thing? Or why am I auto-traveling in that direction? Huh. No idea. I think it's... yeah, okay, I dropped the thing over there. Okay, so I got a little bit of intelligence by doing that. Nothing too impactful. I'll train spellcasting now to 21 Because after all, I do need to have the spell levels to be able to learn the thing. And I'm very, very hopeful about finding mana regen. That would be a great thing for my character. Yeah, look at how quickly I lose all my mana if I spam Crystal Spear. That's a bit of a shame. Fortunately, like I had the foresight to cast Servitor. Pretty much every time I should cast a Servitor, like every fight. It can definitely burst down some nasty monsters like this Lich. There's some monsters that are still better off killed by Poisonous Vapors and Ignite Poison, such as that Spark Wasp or this Spriggan Mage. I think it would be a very bad idea to do something that checks evasion versus monsters that excel at evading. Okay, about to level up to 23. It would be nice if I had an amulet of resistance to corrosion. I could use this this curse-free time to go do slime, but unfortunately I don't have anything like that. Okay, level 23. Range combat and cunning. It's a good thing that it's not a decidable curse. Oh, okay. The troll is just making room for me to summon a servitor. But yeah, I feel like I probably shouldn't be casting servitor in this, or like not casting crystal spear in this scenario. Servitor, yes. Crystal spear, no. And I also shouldn't miscast. 2% chance to miscast servitor. That's a pretty bad thing. Okay. How did I live for so long without having Spellforge Servitor on every character of mine? Like, it's just such a perfect spell for characters like this one that are like casting one really, really crazy strong spell like Iron Shot or Crystal Spear. Servitor definitely adds a lot to the damage of said character. Unfortunately, I have to use Irradiate at times. For example, right now, it would be a bad idea to just spam Crystal Spear versus those guys. I would kill one or two, and then I would be out of mana and at their mercy. So it is a very powerful thing, but yeah, it's kind of complicated, what I'm trying to say. I should not have many issues killing Shtawa. I have a lot of fire resistance. I get +2 scales from Shtawa. Not gonna bother with them. Fortunately, I already have all the fire resistance that I could possibly wish for. Oof. I took 94 damage there. I got hit by two monsters. Two monsters? Was it 3 monsters? I think it was 3 monsters. But anyway, that was a lot of damage to be in the receiving end of course. Just goes to show how fragile this character is in reality. It may appear to be very robust, but unless that robustness that I have is further exacerbated by putting on something crazy like gold skills, which is what a non-spellcasting late game ogre definitely would love to do. Then I am not really that tanky, even with good resistances. I'm not afraid of this golden dragon, not anymore now that I have Crystal Spear. It is a matter of just pressing the Crystal Spear button and easily kill it. Introspection and companions. Both of those are good. You know what, I can curse it as a placeholder. I definitely want to have mana regen, and normal regen even would be better than this, because I'm not really taking advantage of the dexterity nor the resistances that that amulet provides. Mm. Yeah, ouch. I assume that was when I got hit for 90 something damage. Yeah, just Ogre things. Getting hit for 90 damage as an Ogre is pretty much the equivalent of getting hit for like 60 or 70 as a normal species. Um, that's why I like Ogre so much. Whenever you get truly boned by the RNG, it's not the end of the world. And it kind of is the end of the world for other species. Mm. Oof, this is not looking so great. Gonna cast a Servitor because I'm rather low on mana. Alrighty. Manual of Dodging. Walking Crystal Tome. You know, this would be scary if I didn't have LRD. Fortunately, I do have LRD, so I am pretty much immune to Crystal Spears from this guy. Seeing one of these guys in this situation as a mage is very comfy. Like, it's not really an issue. But imagine if I was a melee character, that would have been nightmarish. Um, I just think mages are stronger than melee characters. Mm, Perhaps my affinity with characters in Crawl lies within mages because after all, the character playstyle that truly got me hooked with Crawl was being a deep elf and just being super fragile, but being very, very powerful. So, like, as long as you can kill things and don't make a lot of mistakes, deep elf just does well. And back when I was a new player or a beginner player, I didn't really realize, but I think that it was because Magic just inherently has less randomness compared to melee, and it's just more powerful. Like there's melee attacks that can deal 10 dice of 13, which is what I currently deal with Crystal Spear. I think 10 dice of 14. That can definitely happen. In fact, if you were to wield a Dark Maul, it would probably deal some pretty insane damage comparable with Crystal Spear without having to spend mana. But then you submit yourself to evasion and missing and just straight up monsters with shields, and you hit the monster but deal no damage, kind of things. That doesn't really happen that frequently when you're using magic. So yeah, I just like magic better. I like glass cannon characters a bit, not all the time, and they really need to be like the real definition of glass cannon. It cannot be a glass musket or something. It needs to be a glass cannon. In fact, let's take it a step further. I like glass nuke characters. Um, Glass cannon characters, not so much. Glass nuke characters, yes, give me some of that. I am into glass nuke characters. That's why, or one of the reasons why I like the Row of Folly so much. The Row of Folly, if you build your character correctly, turns you into the glassiest of nuke characters, making you extremely weak to one extremely dangerous thing in the extended endgame, that being hexes, but otherwise makes you completely unstoppable. It makes you an absolute vortex of death and destruction. Mm, Unfortunately, I only have 2 runes. If I had 3, I would just go into Sot and Crystal Spear everything and kill them all. I have spell levels. Let's go get Bog. I can cast that, and I can probably do Slime even without the resistance to corrosion. Fenfolio, give me that. Um, Bog. I really, really, really dislike that you cannot press enter there to learn the thing. I think it used to be possible that you could press enter to learn the thing, and it got changed, and now because of muscle memory, I do it every time, and it cancels out of that every time, and I greatly dislike it. Um, so yeah, okay, all right, there we go. You really should be able to press enter. If like enter for yes and escape for no is like very ancient computing thing. I don't know why pressing enter doesn't work there. But anyway, let's go to slime. I don't know if I want to do Bolts 5. We've already seen how this character fares when it comes to highly dense fights. And unfortunately, Bolts 5 is a bit more dangerous than Slime. Slime is not completely trivialized by what I'm doing, but it is much more easy. Okay. Gonna LRD the Rock Slime. Mm, I lost a little bit of mana, but like I don't really care about that. Look at my mana. I have all of the mana. Hmm. Running low on mana. Funny thing that I just said that I have all of the mana, and now I am saying that I'm running low on mana. Hmm. Also, a bit scared of the acid bluff because I don't have the resistance. Oh, I can LRD these slime-covered rock walls. Interesting. Hmm. I had a game the other day where I was with Jiva and I used Slimify on walls and then it didn't let me LRD. I don't know what was up with that. Mm, anyway, we are in a bit of an awkward situation because I'm out of mana and I'm all in front of a monster that I don't want to die to. So please irradiate. Okay, that got the job done. Let's go upstairs. Mm, Wow, okay. Having that guy got the job done. I guess after all, I do have 21.7 conjurations, which, yeah, it does give me quite a bit of damage when it comes to killing some or to hitting some things with the staff of conjurations. So perhaps I should consider doing that a bit more whenever I'm out of mana. So the servitor doesn't fly, does it? Let me see, because if it flew, it would be nice right now. Let me make sure of that real quick. It doesn't see. No, it does fly. It does fly. Okay, so I can use it in combination with what I'm currently doing. That's pretty nice. Gonna wait for this guy to be extremely poison and then cast Ignite Poison. There we go. Okay. Okay, not bad. Perhaps it's in my best interest to go upstairs now. Yeah. Oh, I can't go up here because of the Noxious Bog. Let's get rid of this Acid Bluff. They have very little in the way of evasion, so Crystal Spear, very effective versus them, as you can see. Okay, I can go upstairs now. I like the added risk of Noxious Bog replacing the stairs as it does. It like adds a sense of excitement and potentially great misplays by people that led them to be killed. I know that I will most likely be in that position in the future, so that's why I feel free to say that. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if such a thing happened to me. Perhaps even these games, but hopefully not. And now that I've mentioned it, the chances decrease even further. Unaffected by fear. That's because I am a worshipper of Ashen Study, right? And clarity gives you immunity to fear. Clarity is a very miscellaneous resistance. Like it gives you resistances to a bunch of things that I don't think really matter that much. Like for example, resistance to fear. It's like whatever. Resistance to confusion, also whatever. Many of the resistances that clarity grants you are already provided by willpower, and you want to have willpower, so clarity doesn't really serve as a replacement. Okay, I need these guys to be poisoned. Oh, ran out of mana. Okay, please, Noxious Bog, get the job done, and it did. Alrighty. Okie dokie, not bad. Look at that, I have 300 HP. It went down a bit, so I wanted to train it a bit more. Okay, I'm just gonna step here, take the 17 damage, whatever. I really wish I had Toxic Radiance. This would be a perfect position for Toxic Radiance. Not that it matters too much, but anyway. Better be careful with the acid. Oh, I think that whenever you don't have resistance to corrosion, you pretty much get corroded every time. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, the Crystal Spear hits the rock slime but does no damage. That's a strange message to see. It seems to happen to me quite frequently. Like, not deal like 0 damage with the Crystal Spear, but be in the receiving end of a Crystal Spear or a Juggernaut punch and receive no damage. Yeah, I find that to be kinda weird and not really that pleasant because, like, it would be kinda. Contradictory to complain so much about player damage variance and then rejoice in monster damage variance. No, I would like the monster to destroy me if it hits me with something like that because it means that I made a mistake. But I do tend to just tank a Juggernaut hit every now and then because I know that it's not gonna destroy me as much as you would think it would, and then I destroy it in the backswing. Um, Mm, okay, as always, I like to do this. Clear the entirety of the monsters that are outside the vault before actually engaging in glorious combat versus the real jelly. The reason why I do that is because it is dangerous to be fighting the real jelly and then have like monsters flank you from a completely different position. Gonna have to tap this guy because I don't have many resources left. Fortunately, I can. The Azure Jelly is struck by lightning. You kill the Azure Jelly. Unexpected. Unexpected. It is always pleasantly surprising when thunderclouds actually do something. In this case, it was only just like dealing the killing blow, because it was already almost dead. So yeah, it was just a little teeny tiny bit of additional damage. Mm. It's okay to have that. I'm about to get 27 fighting and I still have the manual. As I suspected, there's a very good chance that I run out of manual, or that I don't run out of manual, and that I win, or that I get my 27 fighting and I still have the manual. Okay, better rest my mana to full. Cast another Servitor. Oh, careful with that floating eye. Okay. Floating eyes are pretty spooky dudes with their ability to paralyze you with no check to willpower. Okay, this is pretty busted. Just like sitting here beyond the range of those guys and letting the Servitor do Servitor things. You have finished your manual fighting. Wow, at 26.9. You know what? It's okay. Do I have a self curse in the amulet? Because I will most likely be destroying this amulet. I do. I do have a self curse. It's fine. I will get the title for 27 fighting. I don't mind. After all, it is an ogre's duty to get 27 fighting. I don't do it every time, but I do think it is the right thing to do. How's my Noxious Bug looking? 3%. Okay. I was thinking about it because I only have 11 poison magic. I feel like I would like to pump it a little bit more. Anyway, let's continue. The royal jelly comes into view. Let me drink brilliance. Cast this, step on it. Perhaps haste as well. Gonna need it, especially with no resistance to corrosion. Yes, the summon flies. Why does the game warn me about that? Okay, it's heavily wounded, extremely poisoned. Yes, that's fine. Um, Big damage to the royal jelly, and one more will kill, and that got rid of the royal jelly. Kill the royal jelly. Look at that. The fight is always exciting, especially if you don't have the resistance. Mm. In this case, I did it because like I'm an ogre, right? So it's not a big deal that I don't have the resistance. I took 100 damage and it was like a little bit of a scratch. What was the fire spell? What I'm casting right now, I'm casting Ignite Poison. So Noxious Bug plus Ignite Poison is a really strong combination of spells to deal with the Royal Jelly. First, you deal a little bit of damage to it, and it starts spitting out slimes, and then you cast Noxious Bog, and then all the slimes that it spits get poisoned because none fly. And then you cast Ignite Poison once they're pretty poisoned. That will make the Royal Jelly spit more slimes, so just rinse and repeat until the Royal Jelly dies. It is poison resistant. Noxious Bog is the highest level poison spell, so it poisons monsters that are poison resistant. You sludge damages and poisons all monsters, even those resistant to poison. To monsters that are immune to poison, it deals damage to them, but it doesn't poison them, of course, because they're immune to poison. So against those, it's not that good, but it is great against monsters that are even poison resistant. It just destroys everything that doesn't fly. If you combine it with Ignite Poison in like 2 or 3 turns, it's a really solid spell for like displays, for troll bands. Yeah, great addition to most characters' kits. I don't mind losing that to strength. It's not an issue. That's not a great ring. We are gonna leave it there. 7 league boots would be fun, but I'm an ogre, so no 7 league boots for me. Hey, I lost something. Oh no, I had 4 strength and -2 of some other things. That's what I lost. Okay, that's fine. 3 runes, that's enough to enter the realm of Sot. Interesting sky weapon. Not gonna use it, but it's pretty interesting. Not for this character, is what I'm trying to say. Not for this character. By the way, this character got a lot of scrolls of enchant weapon and enchant armor, and unfortunately I came to not use any of them. Well, I did use a couple of them. I enchanted the cloak of willpower because I got it as +0, and I just immediately enchanted it to +2 and cursed it because I knew that it was gonna be part of my character for pretty much the rest of the game. I don't see mana regen. That's a bit of a shame, but not that much of a shame. Only a little bit of a shame. I didn't really need mana regen. And now I have another hat that I could break. I could break my current hat and replace it with another hat that could be further enchanted and stuff. Yeah, let's read enchant armor. I have 9, as you can see. Let's drop these. Let's drop enchant weapon and enchant armor. The game where I don't need them, I get a ton of them. It's truly crazy. Let's shatter the chains, break the hat, range and beguiling. Beguiling will hit my crystal spear. Only a teeny tiny bit, fortunately. Let's put this on, and then I will curse it with whatever comes to me in Sot. Okay. This would be where I would love to have the spell on death for the death cuffs. Unfortunately, the death cuffs are not directly targetable by LRD. So yeah, they're gonna be a bit tricky to deal with. This character turned into a very high expenditure of mana kind of character. I would love to be able to find that amulet of mana regen, even if I find it in Sot, like better late than never kind of thing. Mm. Okay, I don't know if I want to continue fighting in this position. There's just way too many dudes. Um, okay, better cast a Servitor because I'm running low on mana. Alrighty. Good to be resistant to electricity. I could win without that resistance, but I prefer to have it so that I just don't randomly explode from fighting Draconian Knights. Draconian Knights are already pretty scary. They don't need the extra danger that having like multi bounces of electricity provides them with. Mm, so I need this guy to kill everything for me. Employee of the Month Spellforce Servitor. It really killed everything for me. Man, Spellforce Servitor is such a good spell. Servitor Crystal Spear is definitely a spell combination for me. Mm. Oh yeah, like now whenever I see monsters I can actually see them and I'm not seeing them through wall. Um, Shaper said earlier that she considered the removal of the scrying from Ashensari to be a massive nerf to Ashensari, but I just consider it a quality of life increase, not gonna lie. I was not going to update the crawl version for the remainder of this character, just so I could retain the astral vision, but like I'm not regretting updating. There's some occasions like that time where I updated and I lost Arcjolt going through metal. That did hurt me a little bit. I would have preferred not to do that, but when it comes to this one, I don't mind it the slightest. In fact, I am very very much appreciative of the removal of that ability. Mm, because like it still retains the important thing, which is letting you know, hey, there's a monster here, and the monster is this level of dangerous, right? Which is exactly what I would like to see. I don't need to know exactly what monster it is. Mm. So yeah, I didn't really rush the Quicksilver Dragon since it's removing the slowness. Mm. Good guy, Quicksilver Dragon. At the little bit, at the teeny tiny cost of a ton of HP, it removes the slowness. But I can afford to pay a ton of HP because I'm an ogre. Walking around in Sot with 12 armor class and 300 HP. I'm still robust. Oh yeah, like I have the amount of HP that I would have at experience level 27. I was like, why is my HP so low if I have robust? But then I realized that I was experience level 24, so no wonder. Oh, talking about that, perhaps I should have done the Abyss as my third rune instead of going for Slime. It was a bit risky, but it was fine. Melee combat and Fortitude. Do I care about that curse? I don't think I no I don't think I care about Fortitude. Fortitude can just like um can be ignored since I'm wearing what's a robe. It's pretty much a robe. Interesting bolt. Hmm. Wizard Ike, thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. I hope that you had a good time with your stream. I am finishing off this character, and it's going well so far. Have you tried the new background, the Reaver background? Because that's what this character started as, and I really, really enjoy it. I feel like it goes very, very well with Ashensari. Maybe Behumet, but Behumet might come a bit too late. Ashensari gives it a lot of extra power, makes you able to cast very well and deal damage very well with a weapon or so. Just lets you do everything pretty much. So yeah. Mm. Anyway, if you arrived at the stream from Wizard Ike's, I am a 9 settler and I like to play Crawl. I play a lot of that. I also play other games, but mostly Crawl. So if you were to follow the stream, you would also get a lot of Crawl from here. I have like 270 wins. The other day I counted them. I have like 270. This might be 271. So yeah, I have played the game for a while, and I enjoy it a lot. I still come back and play it. These days a little bit less than usual, but I still come back and play it because it's a pretty great game. You tried Reaver, didn't do very well. What background did you start as? Because I feel like Reaver requires like it's not something that you can go with every species. I feel like only a couple of species do very well when it comes to Reaver. Oh, why am I still training fighting if I'm already at 27? For title purposes? Perhaps I should turn that off. Not like unless something was recently changed and I don't get the HP from unless I train it. No idea. Anyway, what should we train for now? Perhaps a little bit of conjurations, more earth magic. Maybe evasion, since after all I did get a manual of evasion. It's just that I think it would be fool's errand with only 13 dexterity, so I don't really want to do it. You were a mommy because you were trying to win mommy. Oh yeah, that explains everything. Yeah, mommy's not gonna do well. Mommy Reaver doesn't sound good. Hope you can win mommy sometime soon. Are you in the same situation as Railbird, where you only play mommy? Because Railbird only plays human Parliamentalist of Sif Muna. So if you only play mommy, then yeah, Reaver is not gonna be a very good. Mommy is not gonna be a very good Reaver, to put it better. Cirque Storm Dragon, that's kind of spooky. Fortunately, it was pretty hurt when it started circling, so I was able to just get rid of it before it dealt some big damage. Out of mana. Oh, out of Servitor too, that's mean. Hold on, calm down. Okay, that fortunately got the job done. Poisonous Vapors and Ignite Poison is so powerful for so long. I love it. I hope it never gets nerfed. It's a part of like I don't know if you could call it a series, but like there's 2 level 2 spells that are like super strong. The first one is Poisonous Vapors, and the second one is a Scorch. Both of them you can put on the quiver and enjoy for a significant part of the game. Only human Parliamentalists of Sifmuna must be sad in recent versions. Don't know about that. What do you say, Railbird? Has it been sad to be a human Parliamentalist of Sifmuna in recent versions? What do you think of the changes in 0.29 2, since you only play stable? Oh, finally Stone Arrow. I was begging for that since the early game. Also Dragon Form. I did get Manifold Assault and Dark Maul, but I didn't give in to the temptation. And instead of that, I decided to cast Crystal Spear instead. But there were alternative paths for this character. I just thought of something that I could do and perhaps would make the character better. I already have a source of resistance to electricity from this amulet, right? So I could destroy the Robe of Clouds, since I don't even like it that much, put on Quicksilver Scales, destroy the cloak, and put on a Cloak of Preservation, and that would give me resistance to corrosion. It would be the same, except that I would have a lot more armor class and the Cloak of Preservation. So yeah, perhaps it would be a good idea. The Globe of Acid hits you. Alright. Yellow Draconian Annihilators are kinda scary. Ouch. Yes, don't do that. That's fine. You know, it's not scary, but it's weird to see low hit point warning at 90 HP. Yeah, it's like there's some characters that get hit once and they're at 90 HP and they're not at low hit point warning, and this character is at low hit point warning at 90. It's pretty nice indeed. Mm. So yeah, perhaps I should do that, but it's a lot of breaking and replacing items that I don't know if I can afford to do, since there's not enough game to get enough curses with Ashansari, so I'm not really gonna do that. Um, let's try some spellcasting, I suppose. I don't think I ever got Shatter. Yes, there's no Shatter here, unfortunately. Being a high-level Earth Mage, I could have used Shatter with this character. Mm, you've gotten used to it, but it does seem harder than before with respect to the extended game. That must be Hot Hells that you're talking about. Did you ever grow accustomed to Hot Hells in 0.28? I think it was the change, because Hot Hells was a pretty big change to extended. I don't have enough magic to cast Crystal Spear. Yeah, hopefully we can one day find an Amulet of Mana Regen. I would destroy my current amulet in the blink of an eye for Mana Regen. Instead of that, we have found a million of amulets of regeneration. Million amulets of regeneration. +2 hat. Okay, but I already have one of those, right? So it doesn't really do a lot. Scroll of Blinking is definitely worth it. Oh, Firestorm. Is it worth it? It's immune to fire. It's not gonna hesitate to Firestorm. It hits for 9 damage. Wow, okay, that's pretty funny. I think that I could maybe kill that guy, but I don't know if I should risk it. For one scroll of blinking, maybe if it was two, but like the chances that I would have to use one of those against that guy are rather significant. So it would be a net zero to open that. You splatted, experience level 27, human fire elementalist with 5 runes, going for 15. What's your order? Perhaps I can suggest a better order, because dying with 5 is strange. Have you considered doing the best Evil of Hell before entering Pandemonium? Because it sounds to me like you entered Pandemonium and you immediately got like a super messed up level that killed you. I've been in that position in the past. I think that I'm okay with when it comes to this guy, but I should probably drink Brilliance. Oof, Berserk Tentacle Monstrosity is kind of spooky. Berserkitis is okay. I don't melee anymore. Oof, that's not nice. We got rid of the Orb of Fire, but the Tentacle Monstrosity, the Berserk one, will catch up to me. Cannot really... Oh, come on. That's annoying. I'm glad that I drank the Potion of Brilliance, because it's giving me a bunch of extra mana. It makes my Crystal Spears cost 4 mana, so I can freely spam them as much as I want to. Alrighty. Should I get rid of my Robust? Like, I really don't want to, but like this looks like it has potential for disaster, so I have 16 mutations. I lost my Robust. Oh, look at that, I got hidden genetic potential. Or perhaps I'll get back my Robust. You're still trying to win Rift Wizard? Best so far has been a Fireball and Case Barrage build. Not sure where to go from there. Perhaps like, well, if those are your main spells, get skills that support them. You definitely have a lot of skills that support Fireball and Chaos Barrage. Perhaps I should curse these already, like curse the hat, because as I've been saying, there's not gonna be many curses in the rest of the game, since the curses are exploration based. Okay, Crystal can definitely be dispelled from afar by Crystal Spear, since it doesn't dodge that much or at all. Oh, Searing Ray. Could have used that early. I'm fine. I can just do these versus these guys. they're gonna be seriously poisoned. They're already seriously poisoned. Uh-huh. Noxious Bog kills Draconians except for the black ones, because the black ones fly. They're too powerful for Noxious Bog. But they can get killed by Poisonous Vapors and Ignite Poison. Ooh, that's a spooky. I'm gonna get howled on, like almost inevitably. Wow, this guy has a +7 Bardiche of Draining. Oh no! You know what? I was like, okay, I can fight with Gron and the Doomhounds, and then I saw Park Hit, and yeah, like time to abort the mission, kind of thing. You usually do Vestibule of Hell before Bolt 5. That's interesting. Mm, that's very, very interesting. I had never thought of doing that. Generally, I skip the Vestibule of Hell altogether. There was a while where I did do it every game to squeeze a little bit of experience, because it's not as dangerous as Hell properly, but it's still pretty scary regardless. How's my Salt Clock looking? 17,000 turns. Okay, Doomhound. Do I have? I must have a hex thingy that I can do to Doomhound, like Petrify or something. Fear. I shouldn't even bother with anything. I have once. I don't even have that much evocations, but it should work. These guys have pitifully low amounts of willpower. The Doomhounds. You feel a bit more experienced. So my Charm Doomhound must have died. Let me charm this one. Cannot hit it, unfortunately. Okay. Yeah. Oh, it resisted twice. That's insulting. A good reminder to all the people who are watching this that evasion or that hexes are a joke. Yep. 67% chance to resist. Resists 4 times in a row. Classic. At least I haven't been howled on, so it's nice. Please get charmed. Okay, it finally happened. It only cost me like half my HP. Well, not really. It was more like 100 HP. Nothing to truly worry about. Gron is almost destroyed. You destroy Gron, and I still have a friendly demon lapdog of the Queen of Tartarus, bound to hunt her enemies. It hits pretty hard, 45-30, and it is also fast. It's still friendly, so I'm gonna tell it to retreat in the opposite direction, so I can rest to full resources and then come back and fight it. So that's Gron that we have taken care of. Please don't howl on me. It missed the Crystal Spear. There we go. The third one does end up hitting. 2 Crystal Spears was enough to kill the Doomhound. Crystal Spear is like a multi-use tool if you think about it. Like, if you are creative enough with it, well, not really creative enough, but if you're persistent enough with it, it kills everything altogether. Like, straight up kills everything. Okay, Park Hit, you don't have that much evasion, so I think that a couple of Crystal Spears will kill you. Okay, that was 4 Crystal Spears, one of which was a miscast. And when I miscast Crystal Spear and I saw Park Hit go back up to heavily damaged, I was slightly worried, not gonna lie. I'm gonna pick up the gold scales as a trophy. Could even fully enchant them, but they're not an item that my character can really put on. Like, if I put it on, I just sacrifice my main way of killing things, so it is really impossible for me to equip these and win the game. Okay, run out of mana, so I just decided to skip. You got vanished? Yeah, getting vanished is pretty messed up. Neuroactivo. Pretty scary thing. I think that at experience level 15 is like about the point in the game where it stops being an absolute death sentence and it starts to become a bit of a survivable thing. But before that, it's just like an elegant way to say that you died. Yeah. The earlier in the game you are, the more scary monsters that vanish are. Up until you get to like volts or so, experience level 20 or so, and then the monsters that vanish, even if you do get vanished by one of those monsters, it's not the end of the world anymore because the level of difficulty of the abyss is roughly that of the bolts. Like it's roughly the same. Not quite, and there's definitely like swings in difficulty both in the abyss and bolts that can make one appear significantly more dangerous than the other. Like for example, there's some bolts in bolts that are super messed up and have like multiple leeches and that kind of thing, or you can just like be in abyss one and find a hell sentinel. Um, so those kinds of situations is what I'm talking about, but more often than not, it's pretty much on the same realm of difficulty, in my opinion. Mm, you do like that the Abyss grants experience for kills again? 0.28 with no experience in the Abyss, it just felt wrong. Everyone says that, but I really like the no experience Abyss. Not necessarily because of the no experience part, but because it gave you 2 potions of experience whenever you picked up the rune. So it was like a super easy and fast way to just get to a higher level with any character. And that was just a fantastic thing in my opinion. Mm, Perhaps I should drink a potion of mana. I have 10 of them. Yeah, okay. Drink a potion of mana. Mm, I have Berserkitis, right? That could be an issue. Alright, we're out of dudes, so I can rest to full HP again. I wonder if doing the thing that I mentioned earlier, the um, replacing cloak and body armor for Quicksilver scales and cloak of preservation would nuke my ability to cast Crystal Spear. Because not only am I losing some curses and lowering my piety, but I'm also equipping heavier armor. Right now I'm wearing Rove, so there's that. And yeah, it's robe that I would normally not be wearing. I don't like the robe of clouds. Mm, and I don't like robe altogether, especially for an ogre spellcaster. I feel like dragon scales are the way to go. Oh, I was gonna cast a servitor, but I don't think the servitor sees invisible for the purposes of dealing with that guy. Anyway, gotta stall a bit for my mana. Then cast one of these guys. Alrighty. It really like Spellforce Servitor really is the employee of the month. I should make an emote that's called Employee of the Month and just like have it be a Spellforce Servitor because it always like does the job that it needs to do. Every time that I cast that spell, I know that it's gonna perform. It's a great spell. I wish more spells were like that level of good. It requires a lot of setup. You need to learn a really, really high level spell after all, and have it at least at 50% chance to miscast. But if you achieve those conditions, then Spellforce Servitor services are invaluable. And you can even get Iron Shot too, which is not significantly worse than Crystal Spear. I do notice the accuracy quite a bit when it comes to Iron Shot versus Crystal Spear, however. I have 60 mana because I've been training spellcasting. Not bad, not bad. Ogre of Ashensari feels like cheating. Ashensari as a whole just feels like cheating. It's like enabling easy mode. Even like this character had a pretty rough early game, right? Like I think we can all agree that this character didn't particularly get blessed in the early game. It found one thing, I think. No, I think I found a couple of spells right in the early game. I can actually go back in time to the early game and see. I mean, I got robust on D5, and that was probably a great part of this character. Um, But yeah, I still had some pretty rough times with the Scorpion on D6. Berserk kinda saved me there. I was about to die, and then I was about to die again versus a Killer Bee. I think that I had a pretty rough early game, um, but then I just got far into the game thanks to Ashen Sari, and then the game provided me what I needed to be as strong as I currently am. So yeah, Ashen Sari is great. I feel like you can go Ashen Sari with almost any character and make it into a pretty reasonable character. In fact, my recommendation for Mommy, Wizard Ike, if you're still here, my recommendation for Mommy is to go Ashen Sari. Like, really, Ashen Sari is the way to go for Mommy, in my opinion. It just makes everything so much more powerful. In my opinion, still the best god in the game. Apart from Ignis, Ignis just like it's a free early game, but at the cost of only being accessible if you start to Cinder Acolyte and pretty much nuking your dexterity in a version where dexterity is very good. Alrighty, perhaps I shouldn't out-explore. Yeah, you know what? Perhaps out-explore is not the way to go. I have Fogu. I'm gonna read Fogu. Gonna use this time to give myself a little bit of a buff. I should stop doing that. I've been doing that accidentally. Also haste. Also resistance, why not? Because I don't want to get hit by acid. Hoof! One shot! Straight up one shot on the Instant Leech. Beautiful. Well, I'm still so buffed. I need to, take advantage of my buffs. Get rid of some Dread Leeches and or Guardians. Oh, wait, these guys die super hard to Noxious Bog. Yeah, look at this. Look at how much of the vault is being covered by Noxious Bog. Oh, I just thought of something. Oh, this is a game changer from now on. Like, take a look at what's gonna happen. Take a look at this. And take a look at this as well. Oh, this is not gonna get hit by it. Oh no, it's not as much of a game changer. But yeah, like Noxious Bog removes traps, but it won't remove traps here because Noxious Bog does not get placed on corridors. That's a shame. Well, this is still a pretty good deal. It greatly changes the nature of some SOT 5 bolts. This one is super benevolent actually. Look at that. Yeah, this side is kind of mean. Nothing that a cast of Noxious Bog wouldn't fix, but still not the greatest. Once again, we're gonna use Fogu. Pretty pitiful Fogu. Haste and Brilliance. And get out the Employee of the Month. Okay, wasn't really necessary for the Orb of Fire, but I'd still rather have out a Servitor for safety. You might try Ashen Sari on your next character. Your current mommy dies. Good luck with your current mommy. Starting a mommy from the very beginning, once you already got one going, is like so painful. I've had it happen. It just feels so bad. It feels like you lost so much progress when you kill a mommy. No other character in Crawl feels as bad to kill as a mommy. Not even cats. Cats are like you're free from your misery, but with mommy is at they're weak enough that it's miserable to play with. But strong enough that you kind of feel like you're actually capable of winning them, not like Cat, where it's just suffering. So yeah, killing a mommy in the mid game or so is just like pain. Let's drink Brilliance again. I feel like every time that I see an Orb of Fire, it's worth it to drink Brilliance and Haste. Especially if there's multiples coming my way. Stat Rot doesn't do anything. Level 26. Crystal Spear doing funny Crystal Spear things. 10 dice of 17 thanks to Brilliance with double enhancer, 10 dice of 17. It's quite a chunk of damage. Let's enchant this. I don't really feel like I need to rest. Even if I run out of mana, I have a million potions of mana. I also have these, so I will proceed to do it. So these guys just sit in there. Take a ton of damage, and then I'll ignite poison. That's fine. Servitor doesn't particularly mind standing in fire for a bit. Mm. You feel your surroundings grow quieter. You passively dampen the noise of your surroundings. Nice. Because the wizard was the oh yeah, you got banished by a wizard. If you see a wizard and you don't have willpower, go in the opposite direction of it. You just like straight up walk in the opposite direction. Because those guys are definitely not to be messed around. At the point in the game where you see them and you don't have willpower, you're also very likely to be low enough level so that the abyss is actually a super dangerous place. Mm, yeah, it's pretty nasty if you auto explore into getting banished. That also does tend to happen every now and then. And then there's nothing that you can really do about that. But that's fortunately not so common. Haste. Okay, that's probably another Orb of Fire. I'm okay with that. I can also get an Employee of the Month out. Alrighty, man, Employee of the Month is so good. How much spell power do I have on it with Brilliance? It says 72%, not bad. He opened the door? Oh, that's a shame. Lots of extremely dangerous foes this time. Not that scary because my character is just overwhelmingly powerful. I've had some characters where like even a single orb of fire or killing a single orb of fire feels like a titanic endeavor, but not for this one, fortunately. This one actually can function as a crawl character. Courtesy of Ashen Sari. Without Ashen Sari, I wouldn't be able to do half of the things that I'm doing with this character. Oh, 2 orbs of fire. Well, that's delightful. Let me haste again. Let me also drink a potion of mana. I'll walk towards the orb of fire. Okay. Sweet. Sweet. I really, really enjoy crystal spearing orbs of fire. Like that one was at full HP, and between the servitor and me, it got killed in 2 turns. In 2 crystal spears. One from the servitor, one from me. Beautiful. I can probably rest a bit now. I feel like I've earned a little bit of a rest with this character. Alrighty, back to full resources. Man, I enjoy this kind of character. This is a comfort character for me. It was kind of rough at some points, but we got to the point where I got to spam Crystal Spear, and like, yeah, you've already seen what spamming Crystal Spear does, so I don't have to say much else. It just kills things so quickly. It's beautiful. Not my favorite spell, but it is a spell that I have definitely come to appreciate and love in the last couple of versions. It's expensive for sure, but it is a pretty good thing to have. Deals more damage than Iron Shot for sure. Okay, haste again, brilliance again. I'm using consumables like crazy because I have no intention to go do extended with this character. Even though I got the Raw Folly, I don't feel like going extended. I want to finish this character and play a Jin Reaver because I anticipate Jin Reaver being good. When Crystal Spear misses, it is painful. That's why when it comes to the Orbs of Fire, I'm using Brilliance because actually having one of those miss is a big deal. Losing 8 mana is very, very painful. So yeah, I am over preparing because whenever I do kill the Orbs of Fire, they die in like 2 attacks in 2 Crystal Spears, but I would rather over prepare than under prepare and then die because I didn't use my consumables. You know, that's a bit of a new player mistake that I will definitely not engage in, especially at this point in the game. Early on, it does happen to me every now and then. Anyway, that was it. We are donezo. Go D0, sorry. Okay. This Pandemonium Lord has Firestorm and no evasion, and it's weak to fire. Okay, I think I can get it to kill itself with Firestorm. Yeah, that's fine. Come upstairs with me. Oh no, I just had to Crystal Spirit twice and it died. See, monsters with no evasion is like seeing monsters with no evasion is like seeing monsters with no poison resistance. When you're using the poison package, you just like feel this Pavlovian sense of satisfaction when you see one of those because you know that it's like super duper death and there's nothing that it can do about it. This time I caught this mosquito as it was about to sting me, and I just got rid of it. Oh man, mosquitoes are so evil. Well, they're not evil. I guess it's their nature to feed on humans, but they're kinda extremely aggravating. That I can say. Alrighty, we are out of sots. I see some hellhawks that I can poison. And then walk through because I don't even need to cast Ignite Poison to kill them. Let alone I wouldn't be able to use Ignite Poison to kill them since they're immune to that. Ah, look at that. There is a little bit of a bolt right here that I didn't engage in. It's fine. Did I ever find a trophy? No tropes. Oh, look at that. Let's buy this steaming broadaxe for curiosity. It's not even that good. Let's read teleports. I don't have to get out and go through different stairs. I can just read teleports and then get out of here. Whenever you're in the Orb Run and an Orb Guardian appears, the correct thing to do is to walk away from it. And then when it's close enough to kill it, you just kill it. That's what I always do. It's much better than walking towards it because it's just gonna catch up to you anyway, so there's no point in walking towards it. And it doesn't have any ranged attacks or summons or anything, so it's not a dangerous enemy to have following you. Tsitsimito. And I don't have much mana. I'm gonna drink a potion of mana. Alright, you kill the Tsitsimito. Alrighty. About to get to the exit. Pretty good. Pretty good. Some Sun Demons. This time I didn't get Cold Magic. Normally, well, back in the day when I used to cast Refrigeration a lot more, Sun Demons were just Refrigeration bait. And there we go. Was it easy? The early game was extremely difficult. I did like being able to kill some things that normally I wouldn't really be accustomed to killing in the early game, but it was rough regardless. Light self equals mosquito flying on your face. It definitely is like that. And I even have the lights on. I don't know why that guy appeared, but like the moment that I turned off the lights to get ready to sleep, I just hear them buzzing all around. It's pretty annoying. But I think they are not active in winter because of the cold, so I look forward to winter. Definitely prefer winter much more than summer. Anyway, that's it for this character. We got to experience level 26 and we had 314 HP. We were walking around for quite a while with robustness, and I definitely enjoyed that, but it is time for me to depart the dungeon. Twitch.tv/9th Settler. Alright, let's kill this Orb Guardian for the road, and then let's just get out. You have escaped. What's next? Next is Gene Reaver. Gene Reaver is what I'm gonna be playing next. Ogre Reaver was okay. It took me 2 attempts to win it. First one was a mace user, and second one was a spear user. And I think that Playing this character gave me a significant insight on how to build a Reaver because I was going hard on spells first, and it's not the kind of background that actually wants to go hard on spells first. You want to go hard on your weapon first, and then get the spells castable, and then go hard on your weapon, and then go from it depending on what you get from the floor god. So let's do it again. Yeah, that was pretty enjoyable, not gonna lie, especially the end. Me running around, Kristen spearing everything and everyone. That was pretty